Hi, welcome back to another training video. In this tutorial video, we will become familiar with Transaction Desk. Transaction Desk is one of the software that is included as one of our benefits for joining the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors. Basically, Transaction Desk is the place where we go to get our forms for when we need to write a contract. So log on to your association homepage, and right there next to Fusion GLVAR, right underneath, you'll see Transaction Desk. Go ahead and click on that. Okay, now the new page will open up. Now, depending on if you've been in here yet or not, you might get taken to Transaction Desk Pro, as we see right here on this corner, or you might be directed to the light version. As we are beginners, let's go ahead and click onto the light version if you're not already there. The way you can tell is see Pro here, the circle is bigger, so that's how we know we're in the Pro section. We want to go to the light section. Let's go ahead and click on that. See, here we have the big icons. There's a little bit less to look at. It's just a little bit lighter version, easier to use when you're new. Okay, now notice here, the first icon is Forms, then it's Documents, Transactions, E-Signatures, Contacts, and then you have some other things up here on the top navigation bar. Let's not worry about that too much right now. I'm just doing a quick introduction. Today we are going to concentrate on retrieving a form to write a contract. So let's click on Forms. And here you see the list of the forms that we use with the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors for writing a contract. So let's say we want to write a listing contract. We scroll down the page. Oh, sorry, my first time on here, so I'm a little bit clumsy myself. Okay. Well, here we see residential purchase agreement. See, I'm looking for the listing agreement. Oh, I'm sorry, a little bit clumsy today. Here it is, exclusive agency for listing agreement, or exclusive agency listing agreement for unimproved property, exclusive authorization and right to sell, exchange, or lease brokerage listing agreement, ER. Most of the time, this is the one we're going to use. This is the one we use when we co-op with other realtors, and let's go ahead and click on that. Okay, here you'll see, now this is the form that we have uploaded to the system. I'm sorry, let me go back. Here you have a few options of what you want to click on. Here you can see the little printer icon. So if you click on that, you will get the printer version that you can print out, and you can manually fill it out to take to your client to sign. From here you would click print, and it would print it for you. You would have a hard copy. Okay, let's go back. You can also click this icon here, and this gives you the option to start a new transaction, to add the form to an existing transaction, or to keep alone as a standalone form. So let's play with it a little bit. Let's click on Start a New Transaction, and we're going to save. Okay, and now here it's going to ask you to make a name for the transaction. Most of the time I put the property address, but you can also put your client's name. And then you click down, what kind of transaction is this? Is it a commercial lease, commercial listing, commercial sale, residential lease, residential listing, or residential sale? Right now I'm just taking a listing, so I would click on residential listing. Then my data source is going to be from the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors. So I click on that. What type of property is it? It's going to be residential. And there I would put in the MLS number or the parcel ID. So if you already have this as a active listing, you would put in the MLS number here. If you do not, let's say you're just going to your listing presentation, then you would enter the parcel ID number. Okay, if you are importing from tax record and don't know the parcel ID number, you can click on here to research the parcel ID number. Or you can import it from an existing file. And then you would click on save, which I didn't do. Right now we're just kind of doing an overview. You can click on to add to an existing transaction, and from here you would open a file that you already have open that's already existing. Like let's say you want to add a form to a file, or if you just want to keep it as a standalone form, you just want to print a form, so you click it that way. It saves it as a standalone form. Little bit slow in the loading. There it is. So now from here I can put it into a new file, open file, or I can do the authent sign, which we have not discussed yet, but I just want to show you that that's it right there. And I'm just going to print it. So I would click the print button, and now it's going to print on my printer, and I have a hard copy to take with me to my listing presentation. Okay, now if I want to just print some more forms, I can go through the list of forms, pick which one I want, and same thing, I can just go ahead and go straight to printer, or I can open it to view another, or I can click on to get some detailed information, which doesn't have a lot of information there. Okay. So this is where you get your forms. In the old days, we used to physically walk to the office or to our home office and open a file cabinet, and we would take out the form that we need. Now, it's stored digitally versus being stored in a physical file. And the benefit is that Transaction Desk will routinely upload or update the file. So you never have to worry about that you have a form that's out of date. Where in the old days, you know, the office manager or trainer did not make it a point to constantly update the physical file cabinet. Sometimes you run the risk of going into the file cabinet and either there isn't going to be a form in there, or you might accidentally grab the form that's out of date because nobody has updated the physical filing cabinet. So basically what this is a digital filing cabinet. So when you have a listing presentation or a client that you're going to meet with, you just come here and you print out the forms that you need. And always refer to your list for that provided by your broker of what files or what forms you need. This is provided by your broker or your trainer, and once you're a more experienced agent, this is something you would maintain yourself. For those of you that are training with me, if you look at your training book that I gave you, it should be in the front or near the front, and it's the list of office forms. And this is where, you know, this is where you would get the list of the forms that you need to have your client fill out. And also I want to add, what I do is I actually print out a complete file before I need it. Before I have my listing appointment, I actually will print out maybe 2 or 3 files just so I have something that I can grab easy. I don't actually go through and print every sheet I need the day that I need it. So you can do that too. So that way you kind of incorporate the old way of having a physical filing cabinet and using Transaction Desk as a digital filing cabinet. It's up to you. You will find the way that you like it. Different people like to do it different ways. For me, I do like to have a couple completed files ready that I can just grab when I need to grab it. We'll see what works for you. Anyway, next we're going to learn about how we are going about opening a transaction that's already started or creating a new transaction. Go ahead and play around with the system a little bit, get familiar with it. You're not going to break anything. So go in there and practice, create a practice file so you can get good at it. All right, give me a call if you need any help.